welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Divine Destiny. Today I'm going to be reacting to Poetic Flacco. Jay-Z and Pusha T are beyond cooked after the Epstein files released. If you're wondering why I'm bundled up in a blanket, it's because it's cold, okay? It's snowing. It was snowing earlier in Georgia. Now, I'm from Jersey, so I'm used to snow, but I just didn't expect it in Georgia, you know? And this particular room that I'm in doesn't really get much heat, so I'm in here freezing. So I'm gonna have my blanket on the whole time. Today, I don't know what it is, but I just didn't feel like streaming today. I didn't feel like, not streaming. Today, I don't know what it is. I just didn't feel like making a video today. I know, but I realized that, you know, I have to just push through it because, you know, I have to stay consistent in order to, you know, grow my channel. But I don't know if it's PMSing or what it is, but I just been feeling like a little off today. So I don't know if I'm going to be saying as much as I usually do or talking as much as I usually do on my previous videos. So if you're wondering, that's why. I'm just not feeling well. But all right, let's start this video.
There's a lot of surprising names on here, but no name is more surprising than Jay-Z and Pusha T. Before we get this video started, the Epstein files just got released, and there's a lot of surprising names on here, but no name is more surprising than Jay-Z and Pusha T. Before we get this video started, if you're in need of some money and you really need to find a way to get your hands on some quick cash, there's an app called Free Cash where they pay you to test out video games. You click the link in my description.
All right, listen, Free Cash, if you were willing to pay me to do a little ad, I would play this, but listen, if you're not paying me, I'm not playing your ad. I'm just playing.
App by clicking the link in my description and get started now. Back in 2019, when Epstein was initially arrested, the FBI opened up a tip line. And the tip line was for anybody with any type of information on Epstein, his co-conspirators, if you were a young woman who was there, because, you know, the Epstein network was so vast that when the FBI arrested Epstein, for the most part, they thought they didn't even uncover 1% of the iceberg. So this tip line was opened up. Now, this tip line had a lot of accusations coming through. Unfortunately for Jay-Z and Pusha T, they both had allegations about themselves come through the tip line. In the case of Jay-Z, he's beyond cooked in the eyes of public perception because the victim came forward July 10th, 2019, 8:20 a.m. Eastern. On July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, the particular victim called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Now, they provided the following information. So this essentially is like a transcript of what they provided. So they said in approximately 1994, there's a bunch of redaction. I'm assuming is victim names, et cetera, et cetera. So this got redacted, but she revealed herself to blank, which I'm assuming is like the call center employee that answered this call, as a past victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. She described the abuse occurred during parties. Now, we all know, you know, a bunch of these abuse did happen at these parties, right? I think Jeffrey Epstein was known to throw these really like wild parties that had these like wild massages. I think like in like the first little piece of Epstein files that kind of got released like a couple years ago, we heard, you know, like there were like midgets there, like there were like really tiny people, like 4'9" midgets, and like people indulged in that. Like it was, Jeffrey Epstein apparently provided you with whatever your speed was. If your speed was dwarfs, he would provide you with dwarfs. Okay, that's what went down at these parties. Okay,
Bro, are you serious? This man is evil. And with all the connections that he had, best believe some of the people in the government knew. The higher ups, the people who are making the laws and everything, best believe some of them knew that he was doing this stuff. A lot of them were there. So that's the whole reason why he was able to get away with a lot of this stuff, because people probably made police reports, probably tried to report him, but just couldn't, because it's hard to report a situation or abuse that happens to you when the police are a part of it. Who helps you get justice? If the people who are supposed to be helping you get justice are part of the ones who are abusing you. So that's the whole reason why this whole thing got swept under the rug. Because there's probably a lot of people higher up, like government wise, like police, that whole Freemason thing. The cops are a part of it. You know what I'm saying? The sororities are a part of it. The basketball players, everything. They're all a part of like the Freemasonry. And if they're all a part of it, then who do you go to for help?
And so apparently she was brought to parties, and she was the party favor for a bunch of weirdos.
And a lot of people try to say that Allie Carter was lying, but this girl is literally talking about how she was the party favor, just like how Allie Carter was saying that they made her the party favor, and all those celebrities were there, and they were trying to do like some terrible things to her. I'm telling you.
Creep. The actions right here are very suspicious. So
if she's saying it and this girl is saying it, there's a good chance that it's true.
This is like the victim's name. Further identified blank as a friend of blank. I'm assuming blank.
She being Allie Carter, obviously.
And blank are now minors. Blank and blank are people in high position of power. So she will claim that in approximately 1996, which is about 2 years after this whole nonsense began to happen, where she was being used as party favors at Epstein, apparently she resided with blank, which is, I'm assuming, like one of her like perpetrators in blank state. An unknown man abducted her from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. So she apparently lived at this residence with somebody, I'm assuming, is also a perpetrator, and they kidnapped her. They abducted her from that home, and she woke up to the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z, while Weinstein apparently had his fingers into, we can probably guess where he had his fingers into.
Okay, you know what?
Right? Now, she believed that she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Now, she estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions. Now, hold on, man.
If Jay-Z was there, then there's a good chance that he was a part of it. I'm not saying that he was, but I'm just saying, like, there's a possibility that he was a part of it, because you ever heard of the saying, like, birds of a feather flock together? Or the saying, like, show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. It's the same thing. Like, people who do the same things will be in the same circles. You're not going to be in a circle of people who hate you and hate the things that you do. You're going to be around people who do the same things as you, who like the same things as you. So, I mean, if he's around someone and he witnessed someone abusing a girl, then he most likely knew that it was going on, have seen this before, or is involved in some way. I'm not saying, like, definitely, but there's a chance that he knew all of these things. So, I mean, he needs to be in jail, or somebody, they at least need to, if they're going to go to trial for this, he needs to be brought up. Honestly, all of this stuff is going to get exposed. So anything, if he was doing anything, God is going to expose all of the people who are doing these terrible things to children.
7, awaken each time in an opulent indoor setting. She suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She recalled that Leon Black and William Barr, current United States, in which Epstein participated each time in an opulent indoor setting. She suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She recalled that Leon Black and William.
Okay, it says she got abducted 7 times. So there's a good chance that they were watching her. They were trying to make sure that she was in a good enough range for them to kidnap her again. Things like that. Make sure that she doesn't say anything. So, yeah, they were probably watching her for a while.
Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasion of abuse. In approximately 2006, she last recalled being abused by Epstein. Now, okay. So this started in 1994 and
Wait a minute, what? Leon Black and William Barr, currently our current U.S. Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse. So these people were there while all these people were there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. United States Attorney General. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of these people who are in the high ups, like, they know about this stuff. It's terrible. These people know about it, or they're participating in it. This is terrible.
lasted to about 2006. I'm assuming at some point here she stopped being a minor, right? Yeah, like I'm assuming, let's just say she was 14 in 1994. That would mean by 1998 she became 18. And this lasted until 2006. Now, I'm not questioning, whatever she went through as a minor. If she's being truthful about what happened here, is very unfortunate. But for this to last until 2006, like, there's something very wrong with that picture from my perspective, to be honest.
I don't think it's too wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, mainly because you don't know her situation. You don't know if she even, you know what I'm saying? It could be a person who's going in and out of the foster system, who doesn't have parents. It could be a situation where there's no one protecting her. Maybe she has parents, but they just don't care. Like, you saw the Celeste thing with David and everything. Her parents, it just didn't seem like her parents really cared. Even at 13 and 12 years old, that she was going to hang out with a man that's way older than her. I'm just saying, like, you never know a person's situation. And had she would have been gone for days, you never know if her parents even were the types to even care. Like, what if they weren't the type of parent to even care whether she left or not? How many days she was gone? Like, they just didn't care. Some people are like that. Or some people will even allow these celebrities to, have ownership of their kids, like Usher, whose parents just, like, signed him over for forever long. Who knows what happened to him during that time? But the thing is like, some parents really just don't care. So he's saying he doesn't believe it. I believe it. I believe that they were probably watching her. They usually try to go after people who are low income. That's not just, like, they'll usually try to go after people who are low income, or people who don't have parents who, or parents who just don't really care, people who don't really have much, or people in foster systems. The foster systems, a lot of people are saying that they're a part of the whole sex trafficking thing, like everything. So you never know. You never really know the situation, how she got abducted. I believe she got abducted. I believe it. 100%, I believe it.
Her story, she didn't really.
Everyone, there was a couple of girls who reported Epstein before everything came out, and no one believed them. No one wanted to hear it. People tried to throw away the case. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then later on you find out it's the truth.
List anything that Jay-Z did specifically, but she did say that Harvey Weinstein, digitally penetrated her, but Jay-Z didn't, penetrate her. Jay-Z was just present, which to me is just as bad, right? Like, if this alleged minor was abducted from her home, brought to an Epstein mansion, and it was you, Harvey Weinstein, and Epstein there, and this minor was enduring abuse in your presence, to me, you are just as guilty as whoever is doing the abuse. I don't distinguish the difference between the two.
It's true. You're just as guilty. You saw what was going on. You were there when people got abused and you didn't do anything about it. I mean, not that he could really do that's no excuse. That's no excuse because he's still rubbing elbows with these people, or you know, in circles with these kinds of people. So he's just as guilty.
Whoever is there is just as guilty and equally as guilty. But again, this is just a tip, right? Now, however,
I was just saying, like, let's say randomly, all of a sudden, like, miraculously, because this will probably never happen. Let's say they all just had a change of heart. A few people had a change of heart and wanted to spread light on the situations that happen with these kids. They'd probably end up going missing. They'd probably end up dead. Leaked videos of them doing stuff would probably get out. So, I mean, but at the same time, the fact that you would even be willing to, stoop so low, like you have to be able to make deals and do certain things in order to get into those kinds of circles. So he definitely made his bed when it came to like being with them, being friends with them. So, yeah.
this tip was investigated, no charges were ever brought.
I'm not defending Jay-Z. I'm not defending any of those people. I'm not defending any of those people. And actually, they should say something. It could help. It could help a lot of kids get out of, that terrible situation, but none of them are going to do it. Because I just have a feeling. I don't know if it's true. Okay? I'm saying allegedly. Or not even. I'm not even saying he did anything. But I'm saying, like, there's a chance that he probably knew about all this stuff. There's a chance that he's probably involved. Most of them are. So.
Right, like as far as I know, Jay-Z was never brought for a subpoena, a deposition, nothing. And this particular tip didn't go anywhere. But because the tip came in by Epstein, it was included in the Epstein files. Fortunately for Pusha T, we can't say the same because she did list things that Pusha T did specifically. Now, it will continue and it will state on each occasion she believed she was drugged, clouded her memory. She attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers. Now, one of the handlers she would say will be Pusha T. Because at the time, I would say Pusha T don't really belong in those rooms. Pusha T was not a superstar. He was not a megastar. He wasn't somebody of importance. So if somebody like Pusha T was in those rooms, Pusha T would probably be the handler, right? The dope boy, the do boy, right? The store runner. Right, because Pusha T wasn't no megastar. Jay-Z, I can understand Jay-Z being in rooms with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Pusha T don't really fit in those
Yeah, I
rooms
was
at
gonna
all,
say
bro.
Pusha T
That's
doesn't seem like the type to even be in these types of circles because he's not an A-list celebrity or any of that.
You've seen Poetic Flacco in a room with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. You will say, what is this dirtball doing in this room? I'm probably the handler in that regard. Okay, so this story makes sense, to be honest. Again, I'm not saying Pusha is guilty of anything. I'm just saying Pusha role being in that room makes sense, okay? Now, it will continue, and she will say, among her handlers, she identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, she attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in abuse. So now Pusha T went from being just a handler to now Pusha T was also engaging in the abuse. Now, she claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to the racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. She further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the
I knew
people
it.
involved in the
I knew
abuse.
it. Because how are they abducting her 7 times? They had to have been watching her, knowing exactly where she is.
She confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. She refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels.
Now, she probably moved from different hotels because the first time she got abducted, she probably didn't feel safe staying where she was at. So she probably tried to move to different places so that they wouldn't do it anymore, but they just kept finding her. So it may seem crazy that she's like going from place to place, right? And she's making this and she's making these claims, like she's claiming that all of these things happen. But if you're being abducted over and over and over again and you want it to stop, you try to leave, you try to move, but then at the same time, you don't have the resources to really move out of state or to go anywhere like far. And then on top of that, you don't have the help. And then on top of that, during this time when all of this is happening, had she would have said anything, no one would have believed her. No one would have believed her. In 1996, no one would have believed her. Not even in the early 2000s would they have believed her. So, I mean, that's like a death sentence waiting to happen. So it makes sense why she would move from place to place, because if someone tries to abduct you out of your home or something tragic happens in your home, obviously you're not going to want to stay there. You're going to want to leave or you're going to want to move. So it makes sense why she went from different places after being abducted 7 times. I wouldn't have been able to sleep, honestly.
So this was somebody who was homeless, which I don't know if that gives more credibility or takes it.
It doesn't take away any credibility. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Because whether I'm rich or poor, if I'm abused by someone that has more power than me, has more money than me, doesn't really matter what my situation is. Like, justice needs to be served. Like, that person needs to go down. Doesn't matter what her situation is. And she just said she doesn't have any mental illnesses. So she knows what she's talking about. She's just not rich. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's like this class thing where they feel like once you're poor and you don't have like a roof over your head, any allegations that you make towards anybody, that means that, no one should believe you or people shouldn't believe you. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. But the thing is like when you're homeless, that's when you're more vulnerable. Those are the people who are most likely going to be abused or taken advantage of because they don't have a home. They don't have a place of residence. They don't have anything that they don't have a place of residence where they can call theirs and say, oh, well, someone broke into my house and you could do an investigation. So it's easier for those people to be abused or taken advantage of and things like that.
The way I'm not about to, like diminish the abuse just because of somebody right now probably
Good.
in a position
Don't
that's
do it.
unfavorable. Right? A lot of people see a homeless woman making these allegations and they'll probably say, crazy. I don't know, man. Now, what I would say, man, is Kanye West has been telling us for years that one of these dudes was on Epstein Island, that one of these dudes were involved with Epstein, but we just ain't been paying attention. This song wasn't dropped too long ago, right? On World War III version 2, Kanye West says, know some ninjas that went to that island. Why the F would you go to that island? Now, Kanye West, has been around Pusha, has been around Jay-Z. They've been feuding for a little while now. One can probably only imagine that if he were to be talking about some dudes, he'll probably be talking about Pusha or Jay-Z, man. Listen, man, I'm just a messenger here, bro. Hey, Rock Nation, all right, don't hurt me, bro, all right? I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just reporting what I think could apply here. But we've been calling Kanye crazy for a while now, man. But the one thing we know we didn't see allegations involving Kanye's name, man. Ain't that crazy? The one person we call crazy, we call a lunatic, we call bipolar, we say he belongs in a mental health institute. Somehow that person is the only person we don't.
And honestly, when it comes to Kanye West, I feel like a lot of times he'll be saying the truth. But, the people who run the industry will silence him. They'll threaten to take his kids away, or they'll threaten to, take all of his money away, take all of his assets away, which technically they did that. I mean, I remember he was going on some kind of rant like he usually does. And I guess he was I don't remember what he was talking about, but they froze his bank account and basically took everything out of it. And then once he apologized, they unfroze his bank accounts, which is illegal. It's illegal to do that. But they basically took everything. And in the bank themselves, technically it was illegal for them to do that too, but I don't remember what happened. I remember seeing a video where he was talking about how they froze his bank accounts, and then they framed Balenciaga. People were saying that Balenciaga was framed because they wouldn't disassociate with Kanye for saying some hateful comments about, I don't know. It was a whole thing. And they froze his bank accounts illegally. And it wasn't, technically you're not supposed to do stuff like that. But that just shows that even if he did want to say the truth, even if he wanted to tell everybody what happened, the repercussions, they would go after his kids, they'd go after his family, they would prevent him from seeing them. You know what I'm saying? They would do a lot, probably make him disappear for a couple of days. We don't know. I don't know, but yeah.
See in these Epstein files, we don't see with nasty allegations towards his name. Now, Jay-Z to me, and here's why I think it's cooked, okay? Even though the allegations are unsubstantiated, because these are just, tips coming through a hotline, fortunately for Jay, the world already wants to believe these allegations. So there's nothing Jay can do to really convince people that he's not guilty. Man, as soon as Jay-Z hit that B, bro, hit that Billy, hit that billion, hip-hop got really suspicious of Jay-Z. And also, too, hip-hop getting suspicious of Jay-Z is for good reasons. We seen how Jay-Z operated with the NFL, bro. We seen how Jay-Z sold out for $1. So we've already been very...
Even with the way that everything happened with him and Dame Dash, that right there was enough for you to know what kind of character he is.
Suspicious of Jay-Z. And Rock Nation right now is public enemy #1. And because people want to believe these rumors, they want to, believe this, they want this to be true, there's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince the public it's not. Sorry, bruh. Right? There's nothing. Jay-Z can come out and yell to the top of the moon and speak. There's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince us it's not true, because the public wants to believe this is true. Now, Pusha T may have some saving grace here, because Pusha T,
that's
for the
true.
most part,
once you have that kind of reputation, it's hard to get that off of your record, or it's hard to, or nearly impossible for people to think otherwise.
Ain't somebody who's hated, and Pusha T ain't somebody who we are rooting against. And by we, I'm just saying the public. So Pusha T might have some action here. Jay-Z, don't even listen, man. You about to have 1,000 different reaction channels breaking down every photo Jay-Z ever took with Harvey Weinstein, any deals they ever made together, any movies they did together. They about to start breaking down body language. Oh, trust me, bro. Jay is overly cooked. It's over with. Now, when I surveyed the landscape, right, when I surveyed what people are currently thinking, I'll be real, it sounds like Jay-Z's cooked, bro. Because how people are treating these Epstein files, they're not treating these Epstein files as allegations. They're saying these Epstein files have been hidden for so long that whatever is on these files have to be truth, because why would they hide it for so long? So when your name is wrapped up in these files, kiss your public reputation goodbye, man. People believe these Epstein files are the gospel. And because they believe they're the gospel, bruh, it's... They believe you touch kids, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I hate to be the one who...
Listen.
They believe...
He said it, not me. Like, a lot of people probably think that, bro. A lot of people think that. Not just him, though. Probably like most of the A-list celebrities and the, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were on Epstein Island. A lot of people were associated with, like, you know what I'm saying? What's a lot of people were Harvey Weinstein. There was another guy that got caught. He was one of Oprah's friends. He got caught talking about, like, abusing babies and stuff. Like, it's just, these people are vulgar. Like, I'm not saying Oprah did it. I'm not saying Jay-Z did anything. I'm just saying, like, you're friends with these people. You're friends with these people, and you're around these people all the time. So, or you were around those people a lot, according to the pictures that you see online. So, I mean, birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. You guys are, you know, in the same group, you know, huddled all together in a little group. So, I don't know. It makes sense. Makes complete sense.
You touch kids, bro. They believe you touch kids, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I hate to be the one who talk. They believe you touch kids, bro. That's just a fact. All right. But y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this? Right? Do y'all believe these allegations? Let me know, man. All right. And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here to find out why I think, you know, we should all be very afraid and very scared at what's currently going on. Click on this video right here, where I break down exactly why you should be afraid too. And if you enjoy my content, then send me a hype to this video to help support a small content creator. Please, please, please send me a hype, okay? I'm going to see you guys in this video right here on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.
Salesforce is an incredible.
All right, well, there's no hype thing on here. Otherwise, I probably would have, but there's no hype thing on here. Give me 1 minute. I'm back. Now, today's scripture is going to be Psalms chapter 1, verse 1 through 2, and it reads, "Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of the sinner, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law does he meditate day and night." So, I mean, let's say let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, let's say he just was in the wrong place at the wrong time, right? Or even if he was in a situation where, you know, he felt like he just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or maybe he just left the party too late, you know, like they always say. It says in the Bible that you're not supposed to stand in the counsel of the ungodly. You're not supposed to be with people who are ungodly if you're not that way. And it also says that you're not supposed to stand in the way, you're not supposed to be with sinners. If you're a person, and if you're a person who doesn't do those things, then you shouldn't be around those kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't the type of person to do those types of things, then you wouldn't be around those kinds of people. But yet, every single time when a person is caught, they notice that you've been a friend. You've visited, you've been around. Like, I'm not saying Jay-Z, I'm just saying in general. If you are constantly around these people, it's gonna corrupt you. Like, even in 1 Corinthians 15:33 in the KJV, bad company corrupts good manners. Evil communications corrupt good manners. So if you're constantly with these people who are doing these terrible things, odds are, like, over time you're going to start to do the same things. Birds of a feather flock together. If you're going to be with these people, there's a good chance you either like what they do, or you do the same things that they do, or if you're in the same circles, there's a chance that you've probably seen something, but then you're just not saying anything. So you're just as bad as those people. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he should get the, I mean, I guess in this case scenario, even if you did give him the benefit of the doubt, he's still guilty. I mean, he's still guilty. So either way, I don't know. Well, like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time.